Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. I am here with the fantasy update live. Of course, you do not see Charles nor Drew. I apologize. Charles had some kind of storm going on and his internet got knocked out. Hey Eric, I see you in the chat. So, what we decided to do is since Charles couldn't make it tonight with no internet, we decided to do the fantasy update next Thursday, which of course is a little bit better for me because this week wasn't a full week. Like, yeah, it was we gonna get into the argument, we gonna get into all that, but we didn't have elimination. We don't know who's going home. We don't know why TJ came to the house. So once we get a full episode, which I assume will conclude next week, me, Charles, and Drew will be back next Thursday to update the fantasy draft and our fantasy teams. And I was so excited. Like, I had my little graphics and everything ready, but they'll just be on hold for next week. So, again, I apologize. You don't see Drew, you don't see Charles. Charles had internet issues, but we just gonna review the challenge anyway. We gonna get into it with me, Angie, and we'll be back next Thursday. So this episode, what did you all think? I thought this was a pretty good episode. I was really excited when I saw that it was 1 hour. I knew some bullshit was coming. I knew we wasn't gonna get to see the full aftermath of everything that was going on. Eric, you said this episode was a mess. It was only a mess because let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about it. Let's go right into the challenge first. The challenge, I called it solving a puzzle doing donuts, puzzles and donuts. They were spinning and spinning, getting on top of that car, spinning around. That would not have been a challenge for me. That would have made me extremely sick. But it was exciting to watch because the whole time I just knew somebody was going to fall off. But yeah, the episode was only an hour, which they could make this an hour and a half and wrapped it up in a bow, if you ask me. But oh well, it is what it is. So for the challenge part, I like the challenge. What I didn't like is, your girl don't trust challenges with secret time clocks. Because I was like, how did Fessy, Josh, and Casey all come in the top three? Like, really, Josh? I have so much to talk about with my guys tonight. I really want to break down this Big Brother alliance. Like, I really want to deep dive into it, and we're going to get into that next week. I feel like production likes these three people and is pushing them into the forefront because let's think about it. Some of the heavy hitters from the challenge we barely get to see. We hardly get to see Ashley and Amanda, and they a mess. Corey and Nelson is here. Nelson had a whole three-way love affair that barely made any screen time. It's like the only people we talk about are Josh, Casey, Fessy, and Amber. And I'm over Big Brother. Like, I don't want to watch Big Brother on MTV. And I'm like, production, please let's stop trying to make them a thing. Please. You see how they're acting. Eric, you want to talk about Josh? What do you want to talk about with Josh? When it comes to me, I don't like Josh. I've never liked Josh from when he won Big Brother. I never felt like he should have won Big Brother. I don't think he's a strong competitor. Every elimination he's in, he loses, except for when he had that one with Michi. Every he's no one's scared of Josh. No one's scared to go into elimination against Josh. So Josh is just, you saw how, let's just talk about the good shit that came on the TV. Oh, oh yeah. Let's start with him kissing Esther. Even though Charles isn't on the live tonight, me and Charles was on the text message. We was getting down last night about, I said, ew, one that looks nasty. I feel like production paid Esther a couple of extra bucks to have some kind of love affair with Josh. It reminds me when Georgia forced herself to say, "Oh, she want to have a love affair with Josh," when we knew Georgia wanted to be with Bear. So I don't believe Josh and Esther are a thing. The way they kiss looks nasty. It looks forced, not forced in that kind of way, but like I'm just doing this to be on TV. The same way Ashley and Nelson looked something to do for TV. I ain't gonna say what Charles said. I'm gonna wait till Charles get on next week and he can say what he said. But it pertains to something like this. But I don't like it. It looks like we playing on TV. We want Josh to be a main character, so Josh is the person they bring around to start shit that won't fight. We all know Josh ain't gonna throw Nan hand. He ain't gonna do nothing. So you saw when Amber and Fessy started to get heated, nonsense over a pizza, a fucking pizza. They get it heated. Tori and Corey ran to get Josh. Oh, Josh, you need to be in here because they know Josh is gonna turn it up. Josh is gonna make a good scene for television, but he ain't gonna throw hands. And I think they didn't expect Fessy to reach out and touch him. Let's talk about this moment because they went to the club. They had a great night at the club, whatever was going on. I don't even want to talk about the rookies again. This is a house full of the stupidest rookies. All of them are like, oh, we know it's our turn. We know we going in because Emmy and Huey, no fight in them. We gonna get into that some more next week too. All the other rookies sitting around going eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It might be me, it might be you. Jeremiah might have raising his hand, like, let it be me. I don't want to talk about the rookies. So let's fast forward through all that. After the club, they come home. Amber is upset because somebody ate her pizza. It reminds me of when is her name Gina Marie? What's that child name? Or is it just Marie? I don't forget. Marie. When Marie threw a pizza on Brad and whoever he was screwing around with, I don't forgot that child name that fast. And they was in there fight. It just was a stupid argument. It was a gateway for Amber to talk about being blindsided again. And what I really wanted to talk to my fellas about was, and I'll talk to you all, get in chat, let me know, why does everybody in the house hate Amber? I just don't get it. I know Casey and Fessy just view Amber as a number, and I feel like they're haters because she won last season and they didn't. But it seems like nobody in the house cares for Amber. Nobody. Because, see, Esther, she dropped some true tea. And I watched the aftermath, and she stood in what she said. She was like, bitch, you know you weren't blindsided. You know you was going into that elimination. And yes, Esther spilled the beans. It wasn't a blindside. She said your partner knew, and she said 80% of the house knew. So, boo, you knew you was going into that elimination. Jealous? Eric, you think they all jealous? Well, why? It's something about Amber that rubs people the wrong way. And I just, from the TV, I can't see it because I'm like, she doesn't give off a personality that would get on my nerve, annoy me. But people don't like Amber, and I can't figure out why. But the whole argument in Josh feels like he has to save somebody. He comes in. I didn't see anything that Josh said that would even want, because everybody else seemed kind of drunk. Josh and Fessy didn't seem tipsy at all. Like Fessy seemed like he was in his complete right mind. So I don't know what Josh said that would even make Fessy want to hit him, want to reach out and touch him, because it wasn't like he punched him. He just kind of pushed his face. You hope Fessy goes home. I think that's the only way Fessy goes home is if they send him home for touching Josh. I kind of feel like Esther going home. Because let me tell you this, bitch, you throw a drink in my face, it's on and popping. You assaulted me first, and what happens next is on you. Because Esther, you started that. You started it. And I don't even know why you got that upset. So what if the girl said she was blindsided? Let her be blindsided and then just blindside her ass again. That's it. Now you think Amber, they don't like her because she won a final and had an easy ride. So does everybody else. Didn't Bananas win about 6 finals and had 6 easy rides? So CT won a final and had an easy ride. Everybody, a lot of people do that. And if anything, they should fault themselves because they protected Amber. They gave her that easy ride and they thought she was beatable. And she whooped up on their ass. They didn't know she could run like that. She has to be doing stuff off TV. What do you think she's doing? I just, I can see how her talking probably can get on some people's nerve, but like Big T and all Big T talking will get on my nerve. I just don't see it. If Fessy gets sent home from a push, that ain't fair because last season Josh pushed Devin and nothing happened. True. I don't. I think Esther goes home. I think Esther goes home because Fessy really didn't touch Josh, and that argument was not. We've seen people throw down some arguments. That argument wasn't even that heated. It wasn't even a good argument to watch. That's why I felt like they should have just showed us the whole episode. But I agree. Esther started that shit, and I think Esther goes home because you can't throw drinks in people's faces. That's assault. And the way she hit that splash on Amber, I know Amber's eye was burning. I know it was. Just thinking about watching that, I was like, that wasn't right, Esther. And Esther, you on my fantasy team, and I like you, and I don't want you to go home. I don't want you to go home, but I think Esther goes home. If not, Esther and Fessy go home. It was something Josh said. Do y'all watch the aftermath on YouTube? It was something Josh said that makes me think Fessy doesn't go home. Because Josh said after that argument, him and Fessy didn't talk in the house for weeks. So a part of me doesn't think Fessy goes home. So we shall see next week. What else do you all want to talk about this episode? Like I said, I really miss my fellas, Drew and Charles. We would have had a good time breaking this down because y'all have to come back next Thursday. I had a lot of fun visuals. We had a few games to play. And because like Drew is like the historian and he could have really kind of broke down why people don't like Amber B. And, Drew does picture by picture of that fight and he would have let us know, was that a punch or a slap? But we'll see. Did I see the aftermath? I did. The aftermath wasn't that good. The aftermath, the only thing that I liked about the aftermath is that Esther stood in her word. And she said, let's break it down, Amber. You're not going to get me to backtrack my story. You were not blindsided. You knew, and Josh knew, and Josh sat there and was like, yeah, he knew. All that theatrics and the elimination of, oh, don't do me like that, bro. Don't do this. All that was theatrics. And I'm so happy Esther stood in what she said and was like, bitch, you knew. And I think that's why Esther was mad. I just wish she wouldn't have threw a drink on her. Like, it's just certain stuff you can't do. You just can't do it. And I think that's why Josh is like, oh, because his little kissing buddy getting ready to go home and don't nobody else want to kiss his ass. So that's the only thing that was good about the aftermath to me. I hope Esther comes back. Now, mind you, I don't know. This is just my speculation. I don't know if she leaves. But I kind of feel like Josh ruined it. by saying he didn't talk to Fessy for 2 weeks. Um, Casey and Nani went on a date. That happened. What y'all think about that? I didn't really care. I just wish they would have showed the whole episode. Josh and Fessy annoying as hell because they did all that to still hang out at period. And you want to know what was even more annoying is it Zaki. Zaki. What's even more annoying is Amber B sat on that couch on the aftermath acting like she was still best friends with Casey and Josh after how many? This has been 6 episodes. At least 5 of the 6 episodes, Casey has been on national television saying, "Girl, you ain't a part of their alliance. You just a number to them." And you still sitting up here kikiing and high fiving Casey like you in the Big Brother alliance. Like Amber is dumb. I think that's what it is. She's delusional. I'm like, how many times can these people say they don't like you? They not rocking with you. Josh is rocking with KC and Fessy, period. And you still sitting up here like you their best friend too. I don't know. Amber doesn't know what she's doing. And I don't want to shade Amber too much. I don't want to shade Amber too much. Yes, Amber needs to wake up. I feel like this whole cast needs to wake up, and we just need to start over with 38 because we not gonna get no changes. I don't see any because that was one of the questions I was gonna ask Drew and Charles. Like, who from this season do we think is gonna make a big move and shake up the game? I really wanted Drew and Charles to answer that, and I'm still gonna ask them that. But since you all here, get in the chat, let me know. Out of everybody left in the game, who do we think is going to just wake up one day and make a big move and shake up the game? I don't see it being anybody. It might be Nelson and Corey might throw Fessy in, but that's to be expected if they ever get in power. But I just don't. Right. Nobody, everybody is scared. Everybody this season is scared. And I'm just ready for All Stars. Like I'm still gonna watch. Y'all know you girls still gonna watch. I'm still gonna review. Me, Charles, and Drew still gonna have a good time with it. And the fantasy, the fantasy team and the way we keep up our points makes it more fun to watch. But this season is just they ruined it with the voting mechanisms. The only person you can see is Emmy. Please. Emmy sold out her own Survivor team week 1. She didn't have to put Michaela in there like that. Emmy is the one who got the ball rolling. So Corey L. Eric, Corey L is not even on the show. You mean Corey with the 2 kids. But what is CT gonna do? CT ain't gonna do nothing. CT is gonna ride to the final like he does every season because nobody gonna throw him into elimination. He gonna ride to the final and probably win again. I bet you CT win again, and don't let him find a way to finesse it and get Amber as a partner. Oh, they winning all over again because Amber can run and CT can do math and puzzles. That's it. That's it. So I can't wait to see what Josh and Drew comes up with. I apologize for being short, you all, tonight. It wasn't really a episode to really deep dive into because I can't wait to see what happens next week. And as you can see, I already have all my games and notes. Like I was really prepared for the panel tonight, but we're gonna get down. We're gonna get down next Thursday, same time. If they win again, it would kind of be hilarious, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? It would be. I actually would love to see them win again because I would love to see Fessy and KC's face. I would like for Fessy and KC to be partners again because they're gonna try to finesse a way to be partners again. And I would love to see Amber and CT beat them with KC's good knee because I think with those two pairs, let's say, put it in the chat. KC got a good knee. Does Amber and CT still beat Casey and Fessy? I think so, because none of them girls can outrun Amber, and nobody can outdo a puzzle like CT. And Fessy doesn't like to eat. So it is what it is. Their faces would be cracked all over again. The crackation of their face would be even harder because they would be trying. They wouldn't even have the excuse of a broken knee. Actually, that's what I want to see. That's what I'm rooting for. Yes, CT would beat Fessy again. That that's what I got to look forward to, because, like I said, I don't think Fessy is going home, and I don't think CT is going into elimination. So let's see, the outcome. Now, if CT gets stuck with anybody else, I don't think he wins, because what helped CT was Amber's strong running pace. That gave him something to work up to. But if he got to run with anybody else, I don't see him making it. But that's it, you guys. I hope you all come back next Thursday. I appreciate you all sticking around for my weekly review. The panel will be back next Thursday, same time. Tomorrow night is Big Brother. I'm going to see if Charles wants to join me for Big Brother tomorrow night. And then, of course, Saturday is part 2 of The Circle, which, I love The Circle. Part 1 was already good for me. Everything is at 6 p.m. Central, same time. And let's get into it. I'm kind of sad. I don't want to see Tiffany go home tonight. But I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch Tiffany go home. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. So thank you all so much. Like, comment, share this video. Thank you for being in the comments. If this is your first time watching Kiss My Cheeks TV, please go ahead and join me. I love all the competition reality shows, and Survivor is coming up, and we're going to have a good time with that. So I will see you all later. You have a good night. Bye.